Hello there, guys and girls. This is MrThunderGod here with some Thunder code. So, as I promised, we'll be looking into installing Python and the related modules which we'll be using in the next few projects and videos. So, first of all, to install Python, I suggest you open up your web browser of choice, go straight to python.org, go to the download section and download Python 3.6 for Windows. I'll just say something off the top. Linux and Mac OS have Python pre-installed. So there is the probability that you don't even need to download Python, you just need to update it. Update it as required, and for those who don't have Python, go to Downloads, click on Windows, and you can see that there are actually two different distributions of Python. One is the 3.6 version, and the second one is the 2.7 version. These two different distributions are called Python 3 and Python 2. The main reason there is a difference in distribution is because Python 2 is the native Python programming language used in Mac OS and Linux. But the problem is 3.6, and as you can assume, 3.6 is the new updated version. I suggest going with 3.6 or at least a version which is more than 3.5, newer than 3.5. The reason being 2.7 will only be supported until the year 2020, after which it will be discontinued. So the future of Python is Python 3. So go for the Python 3.6 version. When you click on the Python 3.6 link, you will be redirected to this page which contains the various installers and configurations which you will need to select according to your PC. So you need to first find out what operating system your PC is running. If it looks like mine, it's probably Windows 10. So get the Windows installer. You'll need to check whether your PC is 32-bit or 64-bit. If it's a 32-bit PC, select from one of these three. I suggest going with either one of these two. Then afterwards, if it's 64-bit, go with any one of these three. After that, if you are running Mac OS, as I said, it's already pre-installed. If there is a need to actually download, use either one of these two, and this is for the Linux distribution. Now, before I go on to explain how to actually install Python, I'd just like to point out a special mention. There is this package distribution called Anaconda, which is a performance suite, to be honest. So basically what Anaconda does is it has a collection of tools which helps data scientists and people who use data science and Python together to further their work and do research. So it's basically a collection of tools with pre-installed packages and a lot of resources. You could either download Anaconda, whose file will be around 600 MB, and you could install it and go ahead with it. But I'm going to stick with going the old traditional way. So after you download the file, you will be left with something that looks like this. So yeah, this is the installation file. As you can see, I downloaded 3.6.4, and since my system is 64-bit, I downloaded this one. Now, to install, it's easy as double-clicking it. Since I already installed Python in my PC, it will show this sort of window. But if you are installing Python for the first time, you should see a window that looks like this. Now, I just need to give you a small idea on a warning. You need to check the add Python 3.5 or 3.6 in your case to path option. You need to check this. The reason being, you will need to be able to use Python through the terminal or the command prompt. You will need to be able to use Python wherever you need in your system. In order for you to be able to do that, you will need to check the option Add Python to Path. Then click on Install Now and proceed. It will automatically install Python on your PC, and it will show setup successful at the end. Just close it. So that's all about installing Python. Now let's look at how to install the modules that I explained. First of all, go and open command prompt. Okay, there are many ways to open command prompt. you can either go to your search and open up command prompt from this, or you can search CMD to get the command prompt, or you can go, you can press Ctrl R to get run, then type in CMD and press enter. Okay. Now, in order for you to check whether you have Python installed, just type in Python and hit enter. If you don't give the option to add Python to path during the first installation phase, you won't be able to do this. This is why we actually add Python to path. So you can actually see that there is a difference in the prompt which is available. Usually in Windows command prompt, there will be only one angular bracket. In this case, there are three, which means you are actually inside Python. So whatever you type here must be Python code, or the computer won't understand. For example, I just told the computers to say hello using a command called print. Don't worry, we'll get into the commands very soon. So if I type something that a computer prompt can understand but Python can't understand, let's see. So I'm going to type in say ls. It says it does not understand what ls is. Now I'm going to exit Python using the exit simple brackets, or it's called parenthesis. Now I'm going to type in the same program code that I used earlier inside the prompt. Print hello. Now you can see that there is only one angle bracket, which means that I am inside the prompt and I'm inside the command prompt and not inside Python interpreter. Unable to initialize device. So basically it can't understand what print hello means. Okay, so this is how to check whether Python is installed or not in your PC. Now, next, installing a few modules. We'll need to install a few modules like NLTK, Seaborn, Pandas, NumPy, SciPy, and sorts. So the command that you'll need to use is pip install SciPy. I already installed SciPy, so it says requirement already satisfied. Same thing goes for pip install matplotlib. It will say requirement already satisfied. Now, for your simplicity, for your convenience, I'm going to show you what to actually type. You can pause the video right here, run the first 7 or 8 commands except the Linux part. This is purely for Windows, by the way. Type in each one of these. When they ask you whether you want to continue or not, press Y and hit enter and go with that. So after you complete all of this, we'll move on to the next part. I'll just like to give an idea of how to actually do this in Linux. In Linux, you'll have to open up terminal and type in the commands below. Sudo pip3. Linux contains both distributions, that is Python 2 and Python 3. In order for you to use Python 3, you'll need to say pip3. Okay, now before we continue, I like to tell you what pip actually is. Pip is the Python package manager which is inbuilt into Python. Basically, Python has a few functions, inbuilt functions. If you want to use Python for something else, for example, if you want to actually learn how to make games using Python, you can't just use Python as is. You'll need to include the tools required to make the game. And those are present inside things called modules. These things at the end are called modules. So if you want to create a game using Python, you'll need to get a module called Pygame. So you'll need to type pip install Pygame. Okay, we don't need this right now, so I'm just going to remove this. So pip install Pygame, that will install all the tools necessary for you to make an actual game. Now, this is all for the installation of Python. If you have any doubts, if you have any queries, if you have feedback, please do let me know in the comment section. I'll be happy to help you out, and I'll see you in the next video. And before I go, I'd just like to say the Anaconda version requires a little bit of setup as well, even though most of the packages are present in it by default. I'll try to make another series, another video related to that. Now, before I end the video, I'd just like to say that I'll be starting a Python basics tutorial series in the next 2 days. It will be posted twice a week, most probably. Most preferably Mondays and Thursdays in Indian Standard Time, 10 a.m. And the machine learning series will be posted once a week on Sundays, 10 a.m. Indian Standard Time. So thank you for tuning in. If you have any doubts, please do let me know. If you like the video, please do like, subscribe, let your friends know, and have a great day, guys. Bye.